People will call me from all over the country and say, can you come down here and teach our people some closing techniques? And I say, no, I don't know any closing techniques. And then they say, aren't you a sales expert? Can't you teach us some closing techniques? And the problem is, when you get to the close, it's too late. If you can't close it at the close, it's too late. You blew it somewhere way back. It should never be a surprise. You should never be wondering if something's going to close. You should know. So how do you prepare for a sales call? What do you need to know in order to sell your product or service? What does your customer need to know about your product or service in order to make a purchase? Think about that. There's two sides of it. And sometimes what we want to tell them is not what they need to know. And if we don't prepare, then we go in with our pitch, and what happens? It may be the wrong pitch. Now, I'm not a big fan of pitching anyway. I like conversations. Conversations close deals. It's the way I do it. So this not-so-sexy sales call plan will take you all of maybe 15 minutes to complete. And if you have a really important sales call with lots of players from your own team as well as the prospect team, you may want to take a little more time to use this and plan. And I will walk you through how to do it. But here's what you have to do. You have to think about a real sales call that you're going on. And I'd like you to think about a sales call you're going on for a deal that you want to close. And right now you're guessing about whether it's going to close or not. You don't know. So think about a customer that you're upselling, a prospect that you've never sold to before, but you would like to sell to, and get that real person or people and that real company in your mind. I call it a funnel. Some people call it a pipeline. This is a common way to look at your deals. Look at the opportunities. Are you in the beginning where it's a prospect and you're just learning about them to see whether or not it would be a good fit? Okay? Or have they said, I'm interested, and now you're qualifying them to see whether it's a good fit, and you're finding out their needs. Or perhaps they've been qualified, and you are both saying, yeah, this looks like it could work. This is a good solution for us. Let's continue moving forward. You might be getting them a proposal. You might be talking about the details, organizing and arranging. And then finally they say, yeah, we want to buy this. We definitely want to buy. This is going to work for us. This is a good fit. We want to do business with you. You want to do business with us. It's win-win. Let's make this work. Now, things do fall out of the funnel, even when it's down there at the close, because strange things can happen. But most of the time when it gets down there to that close section, right, you are pretty sure, 90%, 99% maybe even, that it's going to close. It's not a guess, because you were focused on what they need, what their goals are, whether it's a good fit, right? Whether they have the budget. It's all about them. And if you focused all about them the whole time, it's moving down the funnel, or it's falling out fast, so you don't have to chase it. You don't have to wonder. Should be no wondering in sales. We ask questions. We use powerful non-defensive communication. We listen. Right? That's how we know for sure. But the problem is we're always a little scared because we need deals to close, and somebody's putting pressure on us to close deals. It might even be ourselves who's putting the pressure on us. So we want things to close, so we force them sometimes. Doesn't work. We all know it doesn't work. And then, of course, the all-important budget question. What is your budget? What do people say when you ask them, what is your budget? Loud, what do they say? I don't know. How could you not know what your budget is? I'm sorry. Somebody knows what the budget is. Somebody always knows what the budget is. What they don't know is what is it going to cost to get what they want, right? Now, maybe they're building a budget. They know they need a budget. They're not just going to pay whatever, right? So what is your budget? I don't know. What have you spent on things like this in the past? Oh, that's an easy one, isn't it? What have you spent on things like this in the past? That's an easy way to ask the budget question, right? If you don't currently have a budget, how will you be building the budget? How can I help you build the budget? What do you need to know to build your budget? See, these are easy questions, especially if you ask them in a powerful, non-defensive way. What do you need in order to build your budget? How can I help you build the budget? Just say them in that way, and it's not so weird or creepy. After all, aren't you trying to help them get what they want and need? See, if you're trying to sell them something, then the budget question is, kind of yucky. But if you're trying to help them get what they want and need, then the budget question is your business. It is your business. You cannot help them without knowing the budget. So it's your job to find out the budget, and if they don't know, it's your job to help them know. Somebody knows the budget. We got to find that person, and we got to figure it out. We got to help them. Remember, like I just said, all of this is a great way to be prepared, and you need to practice it. We, as salespeople, go out and wing it so much. But just think of any sports analogy. How many great batters do you know that don't practice all week and then step up to bat and hit it out of the ballpark? And yet, as salespeople, we expect ourselves to be able to step up to bat and hit it out of the ballpark every time with zero practice. It's amazing to me. We have to shift our mindset to a winning mindset, a mindset that gets the deals closed because we started at the beginning and we prepared and we practiced so that when we get to the end, the close is so easy. It's just natural. There's no guessing. Because if it wasn't going to close, we stopped working on it long before. We didn't chase it. We understand where it's going because of the questions that we've asked. And we know because we've done our homework, and we didn't guess, and we didn't wing it. We prepared, and then we practiced. If you could get a 20% increase in your sales by doing one simple thing, how many of you now would do it? That one simple thing is planning. It doesn't take long. We walked through it here, and you can see how easy it is to use a sheet like that and put all the information down and get prepared. Yep, there'll still be times when you're winging it. But if you're prepared most of the time, and if you're prepared for the really important big deals or the deals that are stuck, it will make a difference. You will have an immediate increase. And if you have deals that are stuck right now, you run through those 10 tough questions, and I guarantee you won't be able to answer them. And so you schedule an appointment to go ask those questions. So you can either let go of that deal or move it forward and get it closed.